Hello students, welcome back to the class of English literature. How are you all? I hope all will be fine and doing well. So students, our poems are over, short stories are over, only drama is remaining. So today onwards we are going to start our drama Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. Act 3, Scene 2. Act 3, Scene 1 already we studied in class 9th. I hope till now you have learned this. It is in your mind. Hopefully it should be. So we are going to start our book. Paraphrase. All are having the book. Those who are not having, no problem is there. You can take your textbook, then you will understand well. No problem is there. So open page number 118 in your paraphrase. Act 3, Scene 2, Belmont, a room in Portia's house. Enter Bassanio, Portia, Graciano, Nerissa and attendants. These were the person who are in that scene. Portia, first dialogue of Portia. I pray you tarry, pause a day or two before you hazard, for in choosing wrong I lose your company, therefore forbear a while. There is something tells me, but it is not love. I would not lose you, and you know yourself, hate counsels not in such a quality. So what Portia wants to tell to Graciano? She was telling that I pray you tarry, means I request you to wait. Tarry means to say wait. I request you to wait a day or two before you choose, because in choosing wrong I lose your company. It means if you will choose the wrong casket, that you will not be with me. Then what will happen? I will lose your company. That's why she wants to enjoy the time. She was trying to keep him with her for 1 or 2 days more. I lose your company, so wait a while. I have a feeling, but it is not love, that I would not lose you, and you yourself don't hate premonitions like that, but for fear that you don't understand me well. But lest you should not understand me well, and yet a maiden hath no tongue, but thought I would detain you here some month or two before you venture for me. Here what she wants to tell, as she is telling that you know well that hatred does not give me such an advice, but in case you have not understood me well, for a young lady has no other choice except to think. It means that I would, but for fear that you don't understand me well. And is still a maiden. It means a lady only has thought for a voice. As I told you, that I would like, for a young lady has no other choice except to think, though her thoughts may not be expressed. I would keep you here for a month or two before you gamble for me. What she is telling? She is telling, I would detain you here some month or two before you venture for me. Means she was thinking that she can keep him with her for 1 month or 2 months, so that she could teach him which is how to choose the right casket. But then I am forsworn, so will I never be. So may you miss me, but if you do, you will make me wish a sin, that I had been forsworn. What she wants to tell, I could teach you how to choose. I would like to make you stay for a month or two before you make the choice to win. I could teach you how to choose the right casket, but I have taken an oath, on the contrary, not to do such a thing by breaking that oath, because This was an oath. Because of that, she was bounded. So you may choose the wrong cascade and thus lose me. In that case, you would make me wish that I should have committed the sin of breaking my promise. She wants to tell that I am breaking my oath. As she has taken the oath, she would not tell to anyone which is in which the portrait is there of Portia, and which is the right casket to marry her. That's why she is telling that she can't tell Bassanio. I could teach you how to choose right, but then I am breaking my oath. I shall never do that. You may not win me, and if you don't, you will make me wish I had sinned, that I had broken my oath. Curses your eyes. They have looked over and divided me. Here, beshrew your eyes. Just look at your eyes. May your eyes be confounded. It means may your eyes be complicated, as they have cast a spell on me and divided me. It means they played a magical trick on me and divided me. One half of me is yours, and the other half is yours. I should say my own. But if the second half mine, then it is yours. So all of me is yours. Means to say, curse your eyes. They have looked me over and divided me. One half of me is yours. The other half is also yours. My own love, I would say. But if my love, then yours. And so everything is yours. Oh, these wicked time put up bars between the honors and their rights. And so, though I am yours, I am not yours. Prove it like that. Let fortune come on hell for it. Not me, I am taking too long, but it's to balance the time, to lengthen it, and to draw it out in length, to keep your form from choosing. Because why she wants to take time? She is having fear in her mind. What would happen if he choose wrong casket? What bad times we live in, which put obstacles, create problems between honors and their possessions. It means to write in such a way that although everything is yours, I am not yet yours. If it proves to be that I am not yours, then let fortune be demand for causing it. But not I. But I talk too much. I do it only to stretch the time. Why I am talking? Why I am telling this to you? So that I can stretch the time. Portia is telling this to spread it out and prolong, increase it to the fullest extent, to delay your choice of the casket because of the fear which she is having in her mind. She loved Bassanio very much, that's why she didn't want to lose him. Bassanio, let me choose. Let me choose, for as I am, I live upon the track. It means, let me make the choice, for in the present condition, I live in agony. Because as I am, live in torture. This time, he is feeling as he is living in torture. Portia, upon the rack Bassanio, then confess what treason there is mingled with your love. Treason means crime of disloyalty. If you are in agony, if you are in pain, Bassanio, tell me what disloyalty, faithlessness is associated with your love. It means linked with your love. If you are in pain, sure you are feeling pain, Bassanio. Tell me what faithlessness is involved with your love. So Bassanio, none but that ugly treason of mistrust, which makes me fear the enjoying of my love. There may as well be amity and life, twin snow and fire as reason and my love. None but that ugly treason of mistrust. What he is telling? He is telling, none but that ugly evil of mistrust which makes me fear the enjoying of my love. I am unable to enjoy with my love because this time the fear is in front of us. There may as well as be friendship and life between snow and fire as evil and my love. Is it possible? Yes, it can be. There can be friendship and life between snow and fire, as also there cannot be any relation between disloyalty and my love for you. Portia, but I fear you speak upon the wreck where man enforced to speak anything. Yes, but I fear you are speaking under pressure of torture. But I am afraid you speak out of torture, where man will say anything. It means where men are bounded to confess anything. Bassanio, if you promise me life and I shall confess the truth. Bassanio is telling, if you promise to grant me my life, I would confess the truth. Portia, well, then confess and live. Then Portia told, okay, confess and live. Bassanio, confess and love had been the very sum of my confession. O happy torment when my torture doth teach me answer for reverence, but let me to my fortune and the casket. What Bassanio is telling? He is telling confess and love. These words are the basic of my confession. Confess and love have been the sum of my confession. O happy torment. Okay? O happy torture, my torment, yani my fearer teaches me the answer which would save me. But let me go to my fortune by making the choice of the casket, so that I can check my fortune. Curtain drawn from before the casket. Portia, go away then, I am locked in one of them. If you do love me, you will find me out. Nerissa and the rest stand all aloof. Let music sound while he doth make his choice. Then, if he lose, he makes a swan-like end. Fading in music, then the comparison may stand more proper, my eye shall be the stream. And watery that bad for him, he may win. What Portia is telling? Portia is telling, okay, go ahead. How you will come to know which is the right casket in which you will get my portrait? Go ahead then. My portrait is in one of them. I am locked is one of them. If you do love me, you will find me out. Nerissa and the rest stand away. Let music sound while he makes his choice. She is telling to the musician that music should be there. Till then, he would choose the right casket. If he loses, he will die as a swan, fading in music, so that the comparison may be extended. My eyes shall be the stream and watery that bed for him. It means she would shed tears, so much tears that it will convert into a stream, and it will be as a that bed for him. He may win. Maybe he win. And what is music then? Then music is even as the flourish when true subjects bow to a new crowned monarch. If you win, then he may win. And what will the music then? Then music is sound as the trumpets when true subjects bow to a new crowned king. It means subjects, attendants, praja, a new crowned king. Music is those sweet sound at sunrise that creep into the dreaming bridegroom's ear and summon him to marriage. This type of music should be there after the winning of the Bassanio. It means when Bassanio would choose the right casket, then music should be as marriage is there, or a newly crowned prince is going to be celebrated as a ownership, we can say. as are those dulcet sound in break of the day, jewelers that creep into dreaming bridegroom's ear and summon him to marriage. Now he goes with no less presence, but with much more love than young Alcidas when he did redeem the virgin tribute paid by howling Trow to the sea monsters. I stand for sacrifice, the rest aloof are the Dardanians' wives. With bleared vices, come forth to view the issue of the exploit. Go, Hercules, live thou. I live with much, much more dismay. I view the fight than thou that makest the fray. What she is telling? She is telling, now he goes with no less confidence. It means he was full of confidence, but with much more love. That young Alcidas went to redeem the sacrifice of young women. Redeem means to say save. Presents handsome appearance. So, Alcidas went to redeem, save the sacrifice of young women made by hauling Trow to the sea monster. Then she is telling, I stand for sacrifice, the rest aloof are the Dardanians' wives. She is comparing herself with that sacrifice, with tear-stained faces coming out to view the outcome of the event. What will be the result? So, to Bassanio, she is telling, go Hercules. If you live, I live. I view the fight with much, much more sadness than you that are fighting. Because it is a kind of fighting. He is going to choose the right casket. So in her mind, in her heart, she was having a fight. Tell me, where is a fancy breed? In the heart or in the head? How begot, how nourished? I watched the contest with. She is telling, answer, answer, it is born in the eyes. Fed with gazing and fancy dies in the cradle where it lies. Let's all ring fancy. Canal begin it, ding dong bell. With this song it has been started. From here, this is a song is given. How begot, how nourished, answer it. This is the part of song. Okay. All ding dong bell. Now Bassanio. So may the outward shows be least themselves. The word is still deceived with ornaments. In law, what plea so tainted and corrupt, but being seasoned with a gracious voice, obscures the show of evil. In religion, what damned error, but some sober bro will bless it and approve it with a text, hiding the grossness with fair ornament. There is no voice so simple but assumes some marks of virtue on his outward parts. Bassanio wants to tell these chests may not be what they seem outside. It means external show has not real value. Yet the word is always misled by the outward show. In the law courts, a case which is most dishonest may be pleaded in a fine eloquent voice to conceal the face of the evil. It means to say the word is still tricked by ornaments. In law, what plea is so tainted and corrupt that, being delivered with a gracious voice, obscure the evil underneath. In religion, some pious looking person will commit a grave error and justify it by quoting the scriptures. What he wants to tell? He wants to tell that what damned error is that? There some sober faces will bless it and approve it with a text, hiding the grossness with a beautiful ornament. There, if no voice, so simple that it takes on some mark of virtue on outside. How many cowards whose hearts are as false as a stair of sands. stair of sand. You can guess how false it is. Wear yet upon their chins, since the beard of Hercules and frowning Mars, who in what such have livers white as milk. What he wants to tell, how many covered with hearts as a deceptive as a stairway of sand have beard like those of the god Hercules or the frowning Mars on their chins, who, if searched inside, would have liver as white as milk. And the only thing these men do to look fearful is to put on velvet clothes, look on beauty, and you shall see it's bought by the pound, which therein works a miracle in nature, making them lightest that wear most of it. So are those crisp, snaky golden locks, which make such wanton gambols with the wind. What he wants to tell? He wants to tell that the only thing these men do to look fearful is to put on velvet clothes, look on beauty, and you shall see it's bought by the pound, which work a miracle, a magic in nature, making them who wear most of it look the lightest. So are those crisp, snaky golden locks which are playing games with the wind on made up beauty. Made up beauty are the lightest. There are some people with curly golden hair which move playfully in the wind over a face supposed to be beautiful. However, in reality, they have taken their beautiful hair from another head, and the skull on which the original hair grew is lying in the tomb. So, outward adornments are preachers, shores to a dangerous sea. Thus, decoration is only the deceived show to a most dangerous sea, the beautiful scarf veiling an Indian beauty, in a word, the seeming truth which skillful times dress into fools the wisest men. Here it is written, in short, the false appearance of truth which the cunning people put on deceive even the wisest. So, O shining gold, which King Midas could not eat, I shall have nothing to do with you. Nor with you, O silver pale and ordinary slave, a medium for exchange of money from man to man. But I choose you, O lead of small value, you seem to the threaten rather than promise anything. Your plain message moves me more than any eloquent words could do. And I choose you, may the result lead me to happiness. Joy be the result, as it is written here. Hard food for Midas. I don't anything from you, and not from your either, you pale and common exchange between man and man, but you lowly lead, which threatens rather than promise anything. Your plainness moves me more than any speech, and I choose you. Joy be the result. Portia. How all the other passions flee to air, as doubtful thoughts and rash embarrassed despair, and shuddering fear and green-eyed jealousy. O love, be moderate. Allay the ecstasy, in measure reign thy joy. Scant this excess, I feel too much thy blessing. Make it less, for fear I surfeit. Portia. What Portia is telling? Now may all other emotions vanish into the air. All emotions can. How all the other passions fly to the air as doubtful thoughts and rush embarrassed despair and shuddering fear. How she was feeling this time? Rashly conceived despair, trembling fear, and the green-colored jealousy she was feeling. Oh love, be calm and reduce my excess joy. I feel your blessings too strongly. Make it less, lest I suffer from excess joy. She is telling that make it less, lest I suffer from excessive joy. It means she does not want to feel so much excess joy. Bassanio. What fine I hear, opening the lead casket. Fair Portia counterfeit. What demigod had come to the near creation? Move these eyes or whether riding on the balls of mine. He is telling? What is this that I find here? Opening the lead casket. Lady Portia's portrait. Only a demigod could have created a picture which is so near creation. He is telling, do these eyes move, or do they seem to be moving because they are riding on my eyeballs? Here are parted lips, parted with sugar breath, so sweet a bar should tear such sweet friend apart. He was very happy, very, very happy. That's why he was telling so. Here are lips, as he told, so sweet a barrier which separates such good friends. The painter plays the spider and hath woven a golden mesh to entrap the hearts of a man faster than grants cobwebs, but her eyes, how could he see to do them? Having made one, methinks it should have power to steal both his, and leave itself unfurnished. Yet look how far the substance of my praise doth wrong this shadow. In underprizing it, so far this shadow doth limp behind the substance, has the scroll, the continent and summary of my fortune. What is here? Here, in her beautiful hair, the painter has worked like a spider, spinning a golden web to entrap the hearts of men. Sunder means to say separate, mass, unfurnished, not provided with a companion. So he is telling that parted with sugar breathe so sweet. Here he painter placed the spider in her hair and has woven a golden mesh to capture the hearts of men faster than gannets are caught in cobwebs. How he was feeling? Very happy. But how was he able to see the paint her eyes? It seems that when one eye had been painted, it would have the power to blind the painter, stealing away his eyes, so that he could not paint the second eye. Yet see to what extent the words of my praise do injustice to her portrait by underestimating it. How? In the same way, the portrait falls short of original substance, that is Portia herself. Here is the scroll which contains as well as summarizes my fate. As he is telling here, how could he see to do them, having made one eye? I think it should have power to steal both his and leave itself poor. Yet look how far the body of my praise insult the shadow for valuing it less. So far these shadows limbs behind the substance, as they scroll the word and summary of my luck. You that choose not by looks, gamble as fair and choose as true, since this fortune falls to you. It is written here, chance as fair, you that choose not by the view, chance as fair and choose as true. It means by the appearance I didn't choose the right casket. Don't think so, but it is the game of our fortune. You that choose but my looks, gamble as fair and choose as true, since the fortune falls to you, be content and seek no other new one. If you are well pleased with this and hold your fortune for your bless, turn to where your lady is and claim her with a loving kiss. A gentle scroll. Beautiful lady, excuse me, I come off to the side to give and to receive, like one of two contenders for a prize. Contender for a prize. That thinks he has done well in people's eyes, hearing applauses and universal shout, giddy in spirit, still gazing in a doubt whether those peals of praise are his or not. He was also amazed that he chose the right casket. So 3 times, beautiful lady, I stand, I even like this, as doubtful of whether What I see is true until it is confirmed, signed and ratified by you. It means to say approved by you, because till that he was not in the form of to believe that. I am standing here doubting whether what I say is true. Now Portia, you see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand such as I am, though for myself alone. I would not be ambitious in my wish to wish myself much better yet for you. I would be travel 20 times myself, 1,000 times more fair, 10,000 times more rich. Portia is telling, you see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand. Where I stand, as I am in reality, I have no ambition for myself to be better. For myself, I was alone. I would not be ambitious in my wish to wish myself much better luck. Still for you, I would be 3 times, 20 times myself, 1,000 times more beautiful, 10,000 times more rich. If only to stand high in your account. I might exceed, making account of virtues, beauties, living friends, but the full sum of me is the sum of something which in general is an unlessoned girl, unschooled, unpracticed, happy in this state. She is not too old to learn, happier than this state. She is not born so dull that she cannot learn. Happiest of all is that her gentle spirit commits itself to you to be directed. What she is telling, I wish that I might be 60 times myself, 1,000 times more beautiful, 10,000 times more rich. I wish to stand respectable in your eyes. I might be worth more than what can be in terms of virtues, beauty, property and friends. But the sum total of myself is the total of something which may be expressed briefly as an inexperienced, untrained and uneducated girl. I am glad that I am young enough to learn. Happier because I am not so slow in nature that I cannot learn. Happiest of all because I have a gentle disposition that I entrust myself to you to be guided as if by its Lord, Governor and King. I and all my possessions have now become yours. This time she is very, very happy. She is telling, I and what is mine is now converted to you and yours. However, now I was the lord of my beautiful mansion, master of my servants, queen over myself, and even now, but now this house, these servants and I are yours. My lords, I give them with this ring, which if you part from it, lose it or give it. Give it away, let it predict the ruin of your love and be my opportunity to cry out against you. So now they are together. Portia gave her ring to Bassanio and they are feeling very happy. Bassanio, Madam, you have birthed me of all words. Only my blood speaks to you in my veins. And there is such confusion in my powers, as after some oration fairly spoke by a beloved prince, there doth appear among the buzzing pleased multitude, where every something being blent together turns to a wild of nothing save of joy, turns expressed and not expressed, but when this ring parts from this finger, then parts life from hence. Oh, then he bold to say Bassanio's death. What Bassanio wants to say, Madam, you have made me speechless. It means I am not having words to say anything. Only my blood in my veins speaks to you. My blood, which is running in my veins, will speak to you. And I am so confused, just as there appears buzzing among a happy crowd after a well-given speech by a beloved prince. It means there is so much confusion in my thoughts like the one that follows After the speech of a beloved prince, amid an applauses of a delighted audience, means buzzing among a happy crowd after a well given speech by where every piece blended together turns to something wild, expressed and not expressed except for joy. But when this ring parts from this finger, what will happen? Then life parts from my body. Oh, then you can be strong and say Bassanio's is dead. It means when this ring leaves my finger, it be only due to my death. You may say with certainty that Bassanio is dead. It means Bassanio is no more. Now, Nerissa, my lord and lady, it is now our time that have stood by and seen our wishes prosper to cry good joy, my lord and lady. Nerissa is telling, my lord and lady, now it is our turn to cry good joy. We who have stood by and seen our wishes for you come true. Good joy, my lord and lady. It means it is now time for us who have stood by and seen hopes come true. Always, my lord and lady, stay in joy. Every time they were wishing for their happiness. So, students, I hope this part is clear to you. Rest part we will complete later. So what you will do in between? If any queries there, for that you can use comment box. Already I told you so many times. Second thing, till here we have completed in paraphrase book page number 130 till 190 line. Till here we have completed. So you will try to complete the workbook so that there will be not a lot of work will remain and we are having sufficient time, we can do the work. And in next video you will get a test paper as well on behalf of this part which I taught you. Then I will explain the rest part. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks dear students. Stay home, stay safe, keep in the touch of study, enjoy at home, but study honestly so that you can utilize your time. This time we are getting sufficient time for their study, so we have to utilize this time. So students, all the best for your future. This time we are facing a very big problem, that's why so many problems related to the study also we are having, but this is the way to solve it. Please keep in touch of study. Thank you very much.